What's good, Washington fans? So the football team has selected John Bates, the tight end, out of Boise State at pick 124 in the fourth round. Now, there's a lot of mixed reviews on this pick. I know we could have got Brevin Jordan out of Miami. That would have been a great pick as well. That would have been a great pick if we would have got Brevin Jordan, a guy who we know who put up numbers in college and can catch and can make guys miss and break tackles. And he would definitely would have been another explosive weapon for the football team. But I'm gonna talk about John Bates. I think he can be a solid tight end for us. He's a really, really good blocking tight end. That is his strength out of Boise State. Did play with Mark Rypien's son, last year. That was his best year. His best year with production, stats wise. So this past year in 2019, he had 22 catches for 273 yards and 1 touchdown. Now, in 2020, he only had 12 catches for 117 yards and 0 touchdowns. And then in 2018, his sophomore year, he had 10 catches for 155 yards and 1 touchdown. Now, this past year in 2020, it was cut short, I think, because of the virus or something. Like, he only played in like 3 games. So he put up some solid numbers in 3 games, 12 catches for 117 yards. It was probably on pace. If he would have played a full season, he probably would have had at least 30, 40 catches for 400-something yards. So we add to the tight end room. It definitely was a position of need. Logan Thomas and Sammy Reyes is not enough. Now, I'm hearing that his comparison is Jeremy Sprinkle. This guy, John Bates, they're comparing him to Jeremy Sprinkle, which is, of course, not a good thing. We know that. I'm just happy Jeremy Sprinkle is gone, especially on the Cowboys. But we don't want this guy to be compared to Jeremy Sprinkle, a guy who cannot catch. But looking at his highlights, I watched a 2-minute clip here and there. And he's going up and getting it, man. This guy is big. He's 6'5", 250 pounds. He's a big boy. This is a big guy here. I mean, they have him listed as 6'6", 256 pounds. Now, he's not the fastest guy in the world. He ran a 4.8, and that's normal for a tight end. I'm not expecting him to run a 4.3 or 4.4, 4.5 or something like that, like a Kyle Pitts. But the funny thing is that when he did get drafted, you listen to Mel Kiper talk and Todd McShay talk. And they also said, I'm trying to find the quote here. It was McShay. He said, "I think he catches the ball as well as any tight end in this class, not named Kyle Pitts." That's pretty high praise. And there's a decent amount of tight ends in this class. So, I mean, he's saying he catches the ball just as good as Kyle Pitts. So pretty high praise from Tom McShay. Mel Kiper said he's going to be a really good tight end in the league as well. He can be one of those guys who didn't put a lot of numbers up in college, but he gets in the right system with the right coaching, like a coach like Pete Horner. Like a guy, get around a guy like Logan Thomas, who didn't even play tight end in college. It took a couple years for him to develop. You get with Pete Horner and Ron Rivera, who coached up Greg Olson to be a Hall of Fame tight end. And you see what happens with Logan Thomas. So who knows? This guy, John Bates, could be a really good tight end. Doesn't have to put up big numbers for us. We were just looking for a tight end number 2. And this guy can really block. He said he loves to run block in one of the videos that I saw on YouTube as well. Another analyst said overall Bates is not a dynamic pass catching threat, but he can be a serviceable short to intermediate target and effective inline blocker. He protects as a classic wide tight end who will contribute on special teams from day one. 6'5", 250 pounds, ran a 4.84 40-yard dash. And then let's look at his bio really quickly here. 3-time John Mackey Award watch list in 2018 through 2020. 2-time All Mountain West honorable mention in 2019 and 2020. His senior year, he matched his career high with 5 catches going for 44 yards against Utah State. Also had 5 catches for 40 yards at Air Force. In his best year, his junior year, he was named All Mountain West honorable mention. Opened the season on the John Mackey Award watch list for the 2nd straight year. Appeared in all 14 games, making 13 starts. Finished with 22 catches for 273 yards and a touchdown. He caught 3 passes for 51 yards at Florida State, which is ACC competition, Power 5 competition. Then he set career highs in receptions 5 and receiving yards at 63 against Marshall on September 6th. He hauled in a 28-yard touchdown pass as part of a 3-catch, 43-yard night against Air Force. Also caught 3 passes for 39 yards at BYU, and then caught a pair of passes for 27 yards against Hawaii. So not the biggest numbers, but you see, I mean, he broke, he's broken 4 tackles off of the 47 catches that he's caught in his career. So doesn't bring a whole bunch of tackles, but he's a big boy. He's going to be tough to bring down. Watching him play, he was tough to bring down. He's a big fella, and he does have that sneaky speed running up the seams. I think Fitzpatrick's going to like him a lot. I think he's a guy that he is going to sneakily get him the ball on some tight end screens, some tight end routes up the seam. And it just, I hate to rag on the guy Jeremy Sprinkle so much because he was so bad. but it doesn't take much to be better than Jeremy Sprinkle. It really doesn't. So I'm excited to see what we get from Sammy Reyes. I'm excited, of course, to see if Logan Thomas can definitely keep it up, which I think he will. And I'm excited to see what this guy John Bates brings. And also, there's a little nugget here. He was a former 110-meter hurdler and a javelin state champion in high school. So it's pretty athletic. So would I give this grade? I give it like a B plus. I give it a B plus. I give this grade a B plus. Because there were some other guys where I think you could have got. There were some running backs on the board. Brevin Jordan was on the board. I think there were some other tight ends on the board as well. I am disappointed that we did not get Jabril Cox in the 4th round. That's crazy that he was still there in the 4th round. We possibly could have just traded up a couple spots to get Jabril Cox. I would not have been mad at that at all, to be honest with you. But hey, it is what it is. I think this guy John Bates is what they're looking for. You know, Ron Rivera had a meeting with him, and the guys that he met with, a one-on-one with, those are the guys that he's been drafting. So next year's draft, I'm gonna pay attention to those one-on-one meetings he's been having. So you guys let me know what you guys think about this pick. This guy can block. He usually lines up next to the offensive tackle, so that's what they're looking for. They're looking for a blocking tight end, and he can play special teams. So some more position flex. You know, Ron Rivera, he loves that word. That's his favorite word, is position flex and versatility. So this guy brings it. All right, you guys, hail to the football team. Peace.